happy friends. Happy day 23 of Holi-Vlog. It's Thursday, December 23rd, and today is Festivus for the rest of us. I'm really not a super Seinfeld fan, but I love the idea of Festivus because I think it was the first thing I heard about um, in like the time of my life that I can remember, that was a holiday for folks that didn't celebrate Christmas, and who didn't want to appropriate other cultures. So Festivus for the rest of us. Welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Jessie. If you're new here, this is mislaidpages, and my pronouns are she and they. And we're here for coffee, chocolate, and tiny presents, at least for a few more days. Yeah, so that's what we're here for. I hope you enjoy it. Let's talk about what else we're observing today. So it's Festivus. If you actually celebrate Festivus, it's actually like an established thing. There's all these traditions that you can follow. I don't remember them all, but I know the airing of grievances is one of the things. It's just kind of hilarious. Like I said, not a huge Seinfeld fan. Most of that stuff was just kind of meh for me, but Festivus was pretty awesome. So it's Festivus. It's National Roots Day, and it's also Rachel's gonna love this one. It's National Pfeffernuss Day, which is a German cookie. If I understand correctly. I thought it was a pepper sauce, but because to me Pfeffernuss is or Pfeffernusse would be pepper nuts. But I don't know if that's correct or not. That's how I would translate it. But Rachel was just talking about those cookies the other day. So it's National Pfeffernuss Day. So that's what we have going on today. I have a little bit more for you today just because I'm going to talk about my Someone We Love piece. I worked on it the other day. Speaking of which, thank you all. Those of you who left kind comments, I appreciate you. It's weird to be emotional on something like this, but I'm very thankful and feel very blessed that you all have created this sort of safe space where I feel okay sharing that with you, and I appreciate those of you who reminded me that it is okay to share that with you. So thank you very much. You're all very kind, and especially those of you who reached out to me in other ways. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. So the day was not, it wasn't a difficult day per se. At this point, my mother passed away most recently, and she has been gone for 4 years now. This is year 4. So around Thanksgiving was the third anniversary, fourth anniversary. So it's been at least 4 years since I lost any of them. But my father passed in 2009. My stepfather passed in 2014, and mom passed in 2017. So it's, this time of year can be sad. It can feel a little bit lonely because our family is so small now. But I do take comfort in remembering the good times, and and working on that piece was really very soothing to me. I was gonna say cathartic, but that's not really, it's not the right word. Soothing, meaningful, that kind of thing. So I'll show that to you here in a second. But my coffee is really good. And it's keeping my hands warm. So this is that Krispy Kreme coffee. It smelled really good when I made it, and it tastes pretty good now. So I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, let's what else has been going on? So I filmed Wednesday. On Tuesday, now it's Thursday. I'm trying to remember what all. I had breakfast with my friend yesterday morning, and that was quite enjoyable. She and I have only gotten to see each other, I think, once or twice since the pandemic hit, since it all started. So it's a rare treat to get to hang out with her. Excuse me, hiccups. To get to hang out with her, and that was really, really nice. I had a really great time. We exchanged gifts, and I have a whole bunch of Grogu stuff now, which is fantastic. I love it. And yeah, so that was yesterday, and then Tuesday I spent time working on Someone We Love. So let's take a look at that. Again, this is I just love this project bag. I'm in love with it because I made it. I feel so proud of it. Let's look at this piece. So, as you may be able to tell, it's quite a bit farther along than it was when I showed it to you the other day. So I have a whole heaven in here, and a little bit of a little bit. And it's interesting because I thought when I set this up that this frame was going to be enough that I could stitch the bulk of the design and maybe just not the edges, but it actually, as I was stitching on it, I was realizing that I'm a lot closer to the edges than I thought I was, on this one side, which means that the whole other side, I started, the middle was like right here, so the whole other side is not gonna fit here. But I have plenty of fabric. I'm gonna double check. I'm actually gonna double check. I realized when I was stitching on it that this is a 28 count fabric, so I've been stitching 2/2, which I think is what you're intended to do. But I realized I don't know that I ever checked that when I was looking at the chart. I doubt that it calls for 1/1. And it came as a kit, so this piece of fabric should be large enough. And I did do a center start, so I should have plenty of space on all four sides. But I'm gonna double check just to be certain, because I don't want to get way far into this and then realize I don't have enough fabric. But it shouldn't be a problem because, as I said, it came as a kit. It should be fine. I didn't put the kit together; it was put together by Glendon Place, so I'm hoping that they that they put it together, with the correct size piece of fabric. But that is where we are. I'm actually planning on continuing to stitch this, at least until I feel like not stitching on it anymore. I definitely want to finish, the little bit here. I'd really like to get started on one of the really scripty, scrolly words, because I think it's, someone is in like the really curly script up here, and then, heaven, I think, is in the really curly script down here. I'd like to get started on one of those before I put it away again. So we'll see. But it was very, what is the word? Satisfying, I guess. It felt really good to work on this and to take some time to just be purposeful in thinking about them and remembering them. I also, while I was stitching on this, I was watching What Dreams May Come, which is it's a Robin Williams film from probably the early 2000s. I want to say 2002, if I'm remembering correctly. If you're not familiar with the movie, the premise is that Robin Williams' character, his kids have already passed away. They died in a car crash before the movie started. And then it turns out that he dies. And the movie is about him coping with his own death, but also his living wife coping with his death, and then the aftermath of all of that. It's a really, visually stunning movie, or it certainly was incredibly visually impressive when it came out. The graphics are still good, I think, but obviously we have better CGI and stuff like that now, 20 years later. But it's still really beautiful. The wife in the story is an artist, and so a lot of the story is told visually through different kinds of art, and that kind of stuff. And it's a really touching story about, like I said, him dealing with his own death, the death of his kids, dealing with his wife's grief. It's a story all about dealing with grief and reconnecting, and that kind of stuff. And it's an interesting take on what happens to us when we pass. And I've always loved that movie. It's probably one of my favorite of his movies. It's one of my favorite movies in general, but it's one of my favorite Robin Williams movies. And so watching that while stitching on this and thinking about my parents was just a really, I think, good way to honor them and, bring them into my day. So yeah, it was a good day. Definitely lots of tears. Especially because 20 years later, that movie still makes me cry buckets. It's just, I was surprised at how much impact the scenes, the emotional scenes still had all this time later. But yeah, it's worth a watch if you haven't seen it. But yeah, so that was my Tuesday evening, and it's probably going to be my evening later today as well once I get to my stitchy time. But that's where we are. So I'll certainly keep showing the progress on this. The camera decided to get a little bit wonky. But yeah, so again, thank you all, for your support, for your kindness. for your compassion, all of the wonderful things that you all are. I was reflecting the other day that I really am in kind of a special place here on YouTube because you all have created this community that sort of envelops and uplifts. And I don't know that all the creators here on YouTube have that. I know a lot of folks have folks that jump in and are argumentative at the best and just downright rude and obnoxious at the least or at the worst. And I don't have that. Fingers crossed. The folks that you folks who watch over and over again, or over and over again, regularly. Those of you who watch regularly, those of you who comment regularly, you're always kind and compassionate, and the folks that don't know me very well or haven't been watching very long are polite and kind. So I really appreciate that that's the community that I'm part of. So it's really fantastic. And I appreciate you all for being those people. So, okay, let me put this away. Not sure why I'm putting it away since I'm just going to pull it back out. But at least gets it off the table so I don't knock it over and knock my coffee into it. So, shall we talk some coffee? Coffee. Only 2 days left, y'all. 2 days left. Let's see what they're going to finish us off with. Where are we? We're way over here. Okay. Doing this backwards is interesting. Ooh, Kahlua. I've had this flavor before too. It's pretty good. It's kind of chocolatey flavored. Has a little bit of a chocolate. So it's not a bad flavor by any means. And our chocolate for today. Shall we take bets on whether there's another orange one in the box? So we have 23, and this is 24 days. Okay, so that's the big one right there. I wonder if that's really, it's a much larger box. Do we think that that's a special piece of chocolate? Maybe it's a special piece of chocolate. Okay, so 23 is over here. We have that handsome nutcracker right there. He's got a sword and shield. And it is... Did we decide this is the apple one? This is the apple one. Baked apple, yum. Okay, so I am going to eat that now. The baked apple and the dark chocolate orange ones really have been the best out of this box. As a quick note, before I eat this, I tried looking at Aldi for other 12 days or 24 day things. There's nothing at the store that I can find. There was a 12 days of Christmas chocolate box, but it was the same one that I had last year, so I didn't bother getting that because it just didn't seem terribly interesting. And Target had almost nothing holiday related. Like, they didn't even really have candy. Like, there was just, Target is suffering for not having access to all of its supply chain stuff. So that was a bizarre feeling, going into a Target store and seeing all of the holiday shelves mostly empty. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's such a strange and surreal situation. So yeah, so I haven't been able to find any more 12 days of coffee or whatever. So we'll see what happens on the 26th. Kind of what I have been doing, just so that we can keep feeling the feeling of opening things and being surprised. Things that I've been receiving in the mail, like things that I purchased that I've been receiving in the mail, I've been kind of holding to the side, so that we can kind of, open a couple of those things together towards the end of the month, just to have something to open, because I don't want it to end. I'm not ready to go. Yeah, it's December's gonna be over way too soon, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna eat this real quick. No, actually, no, I'll just sit it to the side. I'll eat it after I film. That's better. Then I don't have to pause. Okay, so that was our coffee and chocolate. Let's start opening some tiny presents. How about that? So close. And I will say, on Christmas Day, I only have one thing to open because these other two boxes, my Asylum Fibers and my Stitchy boxes, I'll check Stitchy box here in a second, but I think they're both only 24 days. So There might be a 25th day for Stitchy Box. We'll have to see. So this is my Stitchy Box Christmas Bash box. And we're opening day 23. Oh, there are 25. Okay, so I do have something open from Stitchy Box. So I have a yarn in the Stitchy Box. This is day 23. I feel like this is thread. It feels like thread to me. Y'all know how much I love thread. I just found out today that there's going to be a Pokemon box from Fangirl Fiber. Right? Oh my gosh, yeah. Come out. Come out, come out, come out. Ooh, I like this. I was right, it's a thread. I don't know if I held it up so you could see it. It's a flower silk. This is Christmas lights. That's pretty. I like the variegation on that. It won't focus. It doesn't want to focus. There we go. That's really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay. So, Christmas light stitchy silk. Turn any monochrome project into a Christmas project with this variegated colorway. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. So we'll take that and we'll put it in our little baggie here. I will say it's interesting. For the most part, everything that's come in the Stitchy Box fits in this little bag. So the packing, not packing things away, but organizing and putting things away when I'm finished is going to be super easy, because the things that don't fit in here are mostly charts. And I have a place that I put all my paper charts. So I'll have this and I'll have the charts, and then I can recycle the box, and you know, no fuss, no muss, right? That's awesome. Okay, so that was day 23. I like me some Stitchy silk. So now I have a small stash of Stitchy silk, so I'm happy about that. Now we're going to open Fangirl Fibers Winter and Stars Hollow. Look at all those colors, man. That's going to make a really cool something. I don't know what that's going to be, but that's going to make a really cool something. So let's open up day 23. This is one I opted for the full skein, so on Christmas Day I'll open a full skein, so that'll be fun. So we're opening day 23 today. Ooh, I like that. So it's sort of a pale blue with all these gorgeous other colors popping out. I got a little bit of orangey brown, doesn't want to focus. A little bit of orangey brown, dark green, dark blue. I love that dark blue. Some pink. Got some awesome stuff going on there. So people are being particularly stupid today. Season 7, episode 2. This is just something that I need I need this to be the color of my life. People are being particularly stupid today. That's fantastic. I love it. So I don't know why I'm holding it. You can't read this from there. People are being particularly stupid today. That's the colorway for December 23rd. That's awesome. And lastly, we have our penultimate color in our gorgeous rainbow fade here. So this, now that I'm looking at this again, this is much more purple than I had originally thought when I opened it. It is quite nice. I'm sad to see this one stop too. But let's see. So this is the over the rainbow from Stephanie at Asylum Fibers. We're looking for some purple. Is it gonna be purple? Ooh. Ooh, that looks good. Looks good from there, from that angle. Eh. Ooh, oh, that is really gorgeous. Okay. That's some purple, man. That's some purple. That looks really gorgeous. It's got all kinds of purples in there. Got light purples, dark purples. We got all this tonal happiness happening. Some white spots in there too. It looks very cosmic, like nebulous. That's really cool. I like it a lot. Okay, so this color is called Horse of a Different Color. You know, that was one of my favorite things about the colorized version of The Wizard of Oz, was when they had the horse of many colors, and or the horse of a different color, and they were walking around um, in Munchkin Land, and they colorized it so the horse changed colors. Like, that was my favorite thing as a kid. I just loved to see the color changing horse. It was like super awesome. So it's a horse of a different color. Gorgeous. So I can't wait. Tomorrow's we got. It's gonna be purple. It's gonna be some kind of purple tomorrow. This is lovely. I don't quite. I'm not coordinating. My blouse is somewhere, like right here. But there we go. Okay, folks, that's all I've got for today. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Um, y'all, why is December over? Why is it over so soon? Okay, I'm gonna stop lamenting the fact that it's over and enjoy the fact that we had all this time together. I appreciate you stopping by every day or once a week or whatever it is that you watch this. You all are lovely, fantastic humans, and I appreciate you all. And make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Take some time for yourself, even if you have a busy schedule. Make sure you at least take 5 minutes. Just breathe, recenter, have a cup of coffee, take some calm time to yourself. Don't let the holiday season get you down. Whatever about it might get you down, don't let it do that. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you have a little bit of something wonderful for yourself today. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.